An Italian magazine cover featuring an extremist Israeli settler terrorizing a Palestinian woman in the West Bank has sparked fury among Israeli officials. They call it anti-Semitic, even though it depicts the truth. And the photo itself is what sparked all this outrage, right? Espresso, that's the name of the magazine. Apparently it's a popular magazine in Italy. And if you see the image, it does feature an Israeli settler. And here's what they posted on X about their feature story. The annexation of the West Bank with soldiers complicit in the settlers' actions, Gaza annihilated, the advance into Lebanon, the border violated in Syria, the war on Iran, ethnic cleansing and massacres. Thus, the Zionist right gives shape to greater Israel. I was amused by this post, but it provides a close-up of the gentleman in question. Something tells me that even if they used or miraculously found an image of an Israeli settler that wasn't as ugly as this one, the Israelis would still have a problem with this feature, because at the end of the day, the claims of anti-Semitism usually have to do with, intimidating people who are speaking out or reporting stories detailing the atrocities committed by Israelis. It's that simple. Now, Rabbi Popko was not amused by this post, and so here's what he had to say about it. Italy's magazine, Espresso Online, publishing anti-Semitic Der Stürmer worthy imagery should clarify where they got this image from. The military vest worn here is no longer in use by the IDF. The wedding ring and bracelet are never worn by ultra-Orthodox men. The formation of the beard and kippah are outlandish. And of course, the very bizarre smile / showing teeth are unnatural. So the rabbi is implying that this is a manipulated image, a fake image. But for those who might fall prey to that type of disinformation, have no fear, there was a community note clarifying where the image came from. The photograph was taken in the West Bank by Peter Mastruzzo. That's an Italian photographer with details on the publication site in Italian. The soldier in question has been photographed by other news outlets, including the New York Times, and they provided a link for that. By the way, it's an Israeli settler, so whether he's serving as an IDF soldier at the moment, who knows, who cares? What matters is that he's in the West Bank terrorizing Palestinians and stealing their homes. That's what the Israeli settlers are up to, with the protection of the IDF, by the way. So also, same guy, take a look at this. Here's another image of the same person who was featured in the image. Same guy, same vest, same ring, same bracelet. Try better next time. Okay, but that didn't stop other Israelis from absolutely freaking out over this cover. So the Israeli ambassador to Italy condemned the magazine, claiming that the image feeds stereotypes and constitutes a hate crime. He says, "We strongly condemn the manipulative use of the recent cover of L'Espresso. The image distorts the complex reality with which Israel must coexist, promoting stereotypes and hatred. Responsible journalism must be balanced and fair." Okay, I like balanced and fair journalism, so let's do some balanced and fair journalism that here in America, it's very unlikely you're gonna see much coverage of, right? And these are stories that I think we should be doing a lot more coverage of. Let me give you an example, starting with number one. Israeli strike kills infant girl in South Lebanon during her father's funeral. The IDF bombed a funeral in Lebanon. And by the way, the funeral for a Lebanese man who was killed by Israelis. And then when his family held a funeral for that man, the Israelis bombed the funeral and killed his infant daughter.
Welcome back, everybody. All right, let's get straight into it. Let's see who controls the world here. You can help me out by checking out my links down below and helping yourself. Stop using their system. Get out. Earn money in crypto.
For those of you who are not aware, there are currently 6 Israeli flags, but only 1 American flag being flown at the center of Pure Village. I find this incredibly un-American. The symbols and flags being flown there should reflect the United States of America and not the state of Israel. It has been over a month since I spoke to this council, and the flags are still being flown, which means this council and this Shabbos Goy of a mayor has taken 0 action to have flags removed.
This is treason. When I enlisted in the United States Army, I swore an oath to America and the American flag, not the nation of Israel or the flag of Israel. What this really represents is conquest. America is under Israeli occupation.
The display of these flags publicly in your town is an obscenity. It's deeply offensive to most people, including many Jews, including this Jew.
I can't bring my son there because he understands there's a genocide happening. The International Court of Justice says that Benjamin Netanyahu is a war criminal, and we have to walk under his flag every day if you want to go for a jog. Are you kidding? We can do better than this. Why are there 6 of those flags? If you want to be inclusive, fly somebody else's flag too. Why are there 6 of those flags and only 1 representing this country?
To have my little 7-year-old look up at those flags, you know, put a sting in me.
My opposition to those Israeli flags flying in Long Branch.
And I am up here tonight because I have watched politics surrounding the state of Israel corrupt not just national politics, but now it's affecting my neighborhood and the town in which I grew up in.
Listen, I love my Jewish people, my Palestinian, I love everyone. But my son is a veteran. He's on the Moss Mile. When he came back, he couldn't believe there were Israel flags. He's like, Mom, I'm a veteran, and you have these flags here? Yes, that's my son, and I'm proud of him.
Tonight, 6 Israel flags flying Long Branch. That is 6 too many.
We're Americans. We don't go and raise Chinese flags or Russian flags on their soil, right? It's considered disrespectful. And that's what an American flag is, something to respect. People die for that flag.
I would appreciate if you guys take the flags down. This is America. Thank you.
Always America first!
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, check out Ireland as well. Ireland is having a freaking crazy situation. Screw the government.
Is there some point to which a society can plummet ethically, morally, lawfully, legally, beyond tugging its police force out in balaclavas and sending them out onto the streets to manhandle, menace and pepper spray its own people? I can't think of many. I especially can't think there are many worse things in a country seeking still, against all the evidence, to suggest that it remains a democracy and has not actually become a draconian police state. The Irish government, under the most objectionable band of toxic morons ever to darken the doors of Leinster House or government buildings, who are, it appears, content to send out their representatives, those they have called upon to do their dirty work, in balaclavas. At first sight, this might seem to be an abomination, a travesty and a tragedy. But in point of fact, it is perhaps the most honest thing this band of unspeakable creeps has done in many's the year. For what symbol could better represent a government that has stolen our children's birthright, vandalised our country and broken our constitution apart with a sledgehammer than the balaclava? It is the symbol of murder, torture, plunder, terror, cowardice, desecration and rapine, all of which crimes have been committed by this government, either directly or by mandated proxy in recent years. It is appropriate apparel for gangsters who would commandeer the purse strings of a free people and use their money to destroy their homeland and thereby leave them and their children without a home to hang their hats in. What we face is the total and permanent destruction of our country, our culture, our way of life, our livelihoods, our independence, our freedom and our hopes. If we were being threatened with such things in our homes by masked men with guns and clubs, we would know what we had to do to save ourselves and our children. Does it matter that the gangsters terrorising our people are shiny suited creeps who hide behind mercenary thugs wearing balaclavas? I don't think it should. I don't think it does. Let us call them by their name. Terrorists.
Yep.
Terrorists. Terrorists.
All scared little babies.
Do you notice how all the Iranians are calling this a war against the Epstein class? See, this is what they're fighting against. The timely release of the Epstein files. We all found out that our politicians torture, rape, and cannibalize children. Where's the uprising? Where's the revolution? How many people in the Western world are addressing this? Even people like Candace Owens, doing a great job of exposing Charlie Kirk being an inside job. Yeah, we know that. We're over that. Move on. Tucker Carlson, doing a great job of exposing Israel as being the one who's destroying America. What about the whole fact that they're all pedophiles? They all torture, rape, and eat children. Why is the United States government still there now that the Epstein files have been made public? Now people know what they get up to. Oh, it's a terrible scandal. No, it's not a scandal. It's a crime. There is an international network of child rapists, torturers, cannibals who is running the world, running the Western world. Any government who isn't speaking about this, any media personality who isn't speaking about this, is part of the problem. The Iranians can see this and they go, oh my God, these people really are ruled by Baal. And so, okay, if you are going to bomb our energy infrastructure within Iran and put 93 million people in hardship, then all you people of the world who are allowing your criminal governments to bomb Gaza, genocide Gaza, to now genocide Lebanon, all funded by Western governments, as much as you want to blame Israel, Israel gets all its bombs from the United States, gets all its support from England, gets all its logistics from Pine Gap and stuff in Australia. Everybody's involved. Okay, so if all of you Western governments are going to allow this to happen and you're going to support this, you're going to support them knocking out our energy supply, then we're going to knock out your energy supply. And that goes for the entire world. And we feel justified in doing so because none of you people are standing up about any of this. You just found out your government torture, rape, and eat children. What are you doing about it? You're joining the military and going fighting their wars and going and bombing Iran, a country that hasn't attacked anyone in 280 years. And that just shows the mentality of the West. It really does. So you can see the Iranian perspective. What they may not understand is that by taking down the world's energy supply, they're actually playing directly into the hands of the Zionists anyway.
You're living in a communist freaking country. And who's your rulers? Well, the same people we just talked about. They created communism. Yes, they did. The Russians were communists, and they were all Jewish. Most of them were Jewish. Yes, the leaders were Jewish. Communism is Jewish. Yes, so who's doing this to you? Jewish people. Yes, that's who's doing this to you. Because they love communism. They killed about 20 to 60 million Christians in Russia. Not a word spoken about that, is there?
Okay, if you live in Oregon, listen to this or not, but they're trying to pass a law right now where you cannot hunt, fish, or raise animals on your own land to eat because of animal cruelty. Again, this is the second time this law has come into pass. They're trying to get it passed. In Oregon, if you are a farmer and you have land where you have rabbits and chickens and all that, you will not be able to eat them. They will make a law, if this passes, you cannot hunt, fish, or raise animals to eat on your property because of animal cruelty. So again, if you're in Oregon and you love to fish, you're still gonna have a license to fish on your own property if they pass this law. Just saying. And if they do pass this, then they're going to raid all of our farmers and go after them because they're trying to quietly pass it. And then make it where we all have to eat from the stores instead of farmers markets and stuff. So, if you're in Oregon, just so you know, you can listen to me or not, it's up to you, but...
Oh, yes, people, they want you to eat, like, lab-grown meat. How do you like that, you know? Just so they all can make money and have more power, right? Totally disgusting behavior. Communism. Where do you think it came from? Yep. These people do not like you. Your country slowly being taken away from you. Yes.
This is word for word, verbatim, from the Jerusalem Post by Benjamin Netanyahu in 1990. If we get caught, they will just replace us with a person from the same cloth. So it doesn't matter what you do. America is a golden calf, and we will suck it dry, chop it up, and sell it off piece by piece until there is nothing left but the world's biggest welfare state that we create and control. Why? Because it's God's will. And America is big enough to take the hit, so we can do it again and again and again. This is what we do to the countries that we hate. We destroy them very slowly, but we make them suffer for refusing to be our slave.
So this is the person that you are sending all your money to for your own destruction. Yeah, these people have no morals. If you keep watching videos, especially on X where you're not too censored, you'll see how disgusting these people actually are. Yeah, just so you're aware, they think about Christians in the same way. If you've ever watched videos of people going to Israel, yeah, they think Palestinians and Christians. Yeah, they think we're so beneath them.
Do you like killing Palestinian children?
Yes.
Does it make you feel good when you bomb a hospital? Really?
Yes.
You guys killed children in Lebanon. Is that okay?
Yeah, this is okay because of Hamas.
What about the children, the babies?
The babies is good to kill.
Really? In Lebanon?
Yes, in Lebanon, in Gaza, in Iran.
I'm disturbed by hearing this, but this is normal to these third world freaking monsters. Oh, they did surveys. 60% of Israel and Jewish people believe in raping. 60% of them believe in raping. Animals. These are animals that you're dealing with here. And they just voted to kill prisoners of war. And they were crying with such joy. Their biggest officials were popping bottles. Well, trying to. They got stopped. But they were trying to pop bottles when they got when they were told they were allowed to kill prisoners of war. They started popping bottles and crying with joy. These people are disgusting.
Really? It's okay to kill babies in Iran?
Yes, yes.
And in Gaza?
Yes.
And in Lebanon?
Yes.
You really believe that?
Yes.
Really? Have you ever killed any Palestinians?
I killed.
Have you ever killed any Palestinian children?
I killed.
How many?
I don't know.
You don't keep track?
No, but I killed.
But you've killed Palestinian children?
Yes.
Could any of you do that and smile about it? I just dare you to go to Israel and see how badly you'll be treated. These people have no respect for you. None whatsoever.
A few days ago, an Israeli parliamentarian said, "We can do what we want." I'm paraphrasing. Nobody cares. We can kill 100 Palestinians in Gaza over one night, which has been happening with frequency, and nobody cares anymore. The world will just let us do it. And it seems that our media are determined to prove him right, because for weeks now, we've had a UK surgeon who's working out of a hospital in Gaza. He's been giving interviews and saying, this is what it's like. It's 100 killed one night, 150 killed another night, 75 another night. He says, this is a slaughterhouse. This is like being in a slaughterhouse. We have seen the Israeli government absolutely say the quiet part out loud, that what they're doing is ethnic cleansing in Gaza. And we are not covering it. It is not on the front pages of our newspapers. And that in itself is a disgrace. And that is what allows it to keep going.